Do you remember what the setting was over here? Hello, everybody. Good morning. Let's drop this down. Is it supposed to be on two? Perfect. All right. Welcome to today's 52 weeks of training for Breakthrough and everybody else who could join us. Today is one of my favorites. I love door knocking. Excuse me, really quick. I love door knocking. I love phone calling. I'm one of those oddballs that loves these things because I know what they could do. And if you know how to say certain things, and if you just have the right attitude going into it, it changes everything. It's amazing. So when it comes to door knocking, there are several key things that I wanted to establish and kind of go over. And I did not come prepared. I left my notebook in there. So bear with me one second. All right. Sorry about that. Works out good as we potentially wait for certain people to join. We sent out all the links and everything really late. So I'm guessing most people are going to watch this after the fact. So, okay. So here's my questions to start off with. Door knocking. All right. Your personal opinion. And don't worry, there's no wrong answer. Okay. So if you're watching this live, please let us know. What is your opinion of door knocking?
Walking up to someone's door and pretty much introducing yourself, letting them know that you're a realtor. Kind of, in a sense, if you're doing an open house, kind of letting them know that you're doing an open house in the area. Maybe getting exposure for yourself.
Okay.
Farming. There's many different aspects for door knocking.
Yeah, but in your opinion, right now, for example, okay, let's turn that down. Sorry, I want to see if we get chat going. There we go. Okay. In your opinion, though, is it a good thing overall? Right. A lot of people have opinions like, some people think open houses are pointless. Okay. So to just take it to a very basic level, good or bad, do you think door knocking if will do more harm than good, or do you think you could actually be successful with it?
That's what I feel like I could.
Okay. So why?
Just because it's that face-to-face factor, hiding behind your phone or calling them. You're actually face-to-face. They can see you. You can see them. Build that relationship with the quote-unquote neighborhood or people that you're trying to door knock to.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. I think you kind of hit on what I agree is the biggest thing, face-to-face contact. Mm-hmm. Anytime you get face-to-face contact, it has the potential to be the most powerful contact available. And I wholeheartedly believe it. So when you're dealing with door knocking, and let's say, for example, there's different reasons to door knock, okay? Farming. How often, for example, because a lot of people are afraid to become bothersome, for example.
Yeah.
Right? So what do you think? How often should you do it? And why on that level?
Honestly, I really don't know like time frames of how many times to do it or when to do it. Probably just, I don't know, to be honest with you. It's just going out there and doing it. Probably,
Yeah. Yeah. If you're doing like most people don't repeat, and that's kind of what we'll jump into as well. Most people might do it for an open house, might have a new listing, maybe, but very few people tackle a neighborhood on a repeated basis.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll get into the benefits of that. So you think it's good? We agree the face to face, easy, quick, effective, right? If that's the case, why aren't all realtors doing it?
Probably a lot of motivation and laziness factor, maybe just like I said, just not motivated to get out there to, do it, or maybe they just don't know how to do it. Like for me, instance, I don't know what to say. If I go up and knock to the door, I don't want to embarrass myself and not know what to say, being a professional.
I think that's kind of the key there. Yeah, I think you kind of nailed it. For most people, it is. They don't want to embarrass themselves, so they're scared to do it, and therefore they will talk themselves out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Um, what do you think could fix that?
Probably just learning. Practice makes perfect. You if you don't fail, you don't learn. So you just gotta find some scripts, write it down, practice it to yourself, and then just go and do it. And as soon as you start doing more and more and more and more, like you said, after your 10th or your 100th one, you're gonna be rocking it.
Yeah, practice makes perfect. That is the key.
Yeah.
And most people don't practice because they either they feel embarrassed to role play, I think, and then they don't want to embarrass themselves, so they're not going to practice on the real people either.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to practice on your own and you're not going to go out and do it to embarrass yourself,
you're in a predicament.
Exactly. So that's the goal today, is to help everybody overcome all of that.
Yeah.
There are answers for every single one of those. That's the beauty of it, right? So the top reasons to door knock, okay? Right off the bat, I agree. Face-to-face meeting. Why is that? It's the most effective. What's the next down type of communication?
Like the next, like phone calling or
phone call, yeah. Yep. And then you got written word and everything like that. So a lot of people will hand out flyers.
Yeah.
They'll go right up to that door and hand out a flyer and never ring that doorbell or knock on that door. Slide it right in, move on to the next home.
Yep.
How effective is that?
Not very.
How many do you read?
Most of the time they might not even stay in the door.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of reasons too beyond that. It's the most effective type of communication, face to face. Okay. Now, when you're dealing with the neighborhood in general, as a whole, what percent of people move, I guess, is the best question to ask.
5%.
Oh, 5%, right? So if you're knocking on 100 doors throughout the year, chances are 5 of them are probably going to list throughout the year.
Yeah.
Right? Depends on the neighborhood, But so if you are tackling face to face over the course of the whole year, do you think that might give you an edge?
Oh yeah. Most of the time people go to the first realtor they see.
Okay. So, for example, let's say you take a listing in a neighborhood, okay? What's your first goal?
Get that listing exposure.
To get it sold, right? So you're going to knock on your neighbor's doors, for example, right? And what are you going to do? Talk about this house, right?
Yeah.
Talk about the neighborhood, okay? So when you're doing that to them, what's the likelihood that neighbor is probably going to buy the house?
Maybe pretty slim, but there's more likely of them selling the house because they see that you're, working it.
There's 2 things there. Exactly. You've got it, right? Number one, they might not move into that house, but they hopefully like their neighborhood, have friends, family that might potentially want to move to the neighborhood, right? Kids around the school, because they probably want to stay in the same school district. A lot of people there, right? And then next, yes, these people might sell too eventually, right? So when we are having this listing over here, and we are doing everything under the sun to sell this home, open houses, door knocking, flyers, right? Repeated follow-ups around, right? Inviting the neighbors for a special showing. What are we doing at the same time as we're selling this house over here? What are we doing to everybody around in the neighborhood?
Providing service.
And impressing the crap out of them, hopefully, by providing all that service.
Yeah.
Right? By going above and beyond. That is what will get that next listing,
Okay.
right? Because one of the stats that most people do not utilize is that when a home sells in a particular neighborhood, I think they said, what is it? Two more sell right away.
Okay.
Okay. Because either they got a good price and other people in the neighborhood know, or it just starts that trend. Well, hey, if Susie and them are taking care of it, maybe we should sell our home too. It starts this little thing in that neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And question, oh man, how much is our house worth today? Really? It causes all those seeds, right? And we want to be there to pick up on all those things that are getting planted, right? If we could pick up every single little seed in the neighborhood, boop, 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 you just compounded how many homes you've sold off of just one little thing,
Yeah.
right? So we want to, in every single everything, whether it's a new listing, open house, farm, by setting that awesome example of what a realtor can and should be, by really going above and proving yourself, you will get ample rewards for those efforts. And that is kind of what we're talking about when it comes to door knocking, right? And most people, I would say, are not going to knock on enough doors to begin with, and then not do it often enough to get the returns that they want. And therefore, they're going to get a little jaded.
Yeah.
And then they're going to end up giving up if they even started to begin with. Because I'm willing to bet door knocking is one of the few things of all the realtor activities. I'm willing to bet that door knocking is one of the least utilized of all realtors.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet. Okay. So, how you do it is really going to be dictated by what is your goal. Okay. So right now, we have several scripts. So let me go ahead and pop over, share my screen. And we could go ahead and thank Tom Ferry for these because, well, they're awesome. And it's a great start. Okay. So most people are going to be doing open houses. And that is one of the most regular times that you can predict and knock on doors, right? So every couple weeks, every month when you do one, you can let people know. You could go to almost any home at any point in time and decide to do an open house, right? But obviously, if it's your listing, you should be hopefully doing open houses, get as much face-to-face contact. So when you're doing your open house, what are you going to be doing, right? What kind of open house? Is it a basic open house? Is it a mega open house? Are you doing a special event to specifically invite the neighbors? Or are you just letting them know about your listing? Are you specifically targeting them at that point because the neighborhood is on fire and you think they should list their house? And it also is another fact, if you want to write it down, that two homes on the same street will attract way more attention and get way more showings. If you have more than two or three, like three or more, people start questioning the street. But if there's two, people will go to one, see that other one, and keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have two listings on the same street, your name will get attention, the homes will get more attention, and that is a huge win for both parties involved.
Yeah.
Okay? So what are you going to be doing? Okay, so this script here is just the basic dialogue to invite a neighbor to an open house. This is just generic, right? So this is a great start. Hello, my name is blank with blank, and I'll be hosting a special open house at 123 Bird Street on Friday from 1 to 4. Did you know this home was for sale? And you hand them the flyer, right? And then you come into the next part. So I promised the seller I would get the word out in the neighborhood. And I was curious, who do you know that might want to live in our area? Just whatever answer. Wonderful. Again, okay, it's Saturday or whatever I said from 1 to 4. So feel free to stop by. I'd love to show you the home. Oh, by the way, have you ever considered selling your home? Right? And if you ever go to, and forgive me, Mr. Pipes, if you ever do watch any of these videos, because I have not gone through the door knocking scripts in the sales edge because there are so many. You could take these and just fine tune them to the amazing art form. And like Bill Pipes, for example, is incredible, right? So there's a lot to these. So for example, right? If you're uncomfortable and fidgety, are the people on the other side of the door going to pick up on that?
Yeah.
Probably, right? Hi, Mr. Seller. My name is Josh Ezell, and I'm holding an open house over here at this 123 Bird Street Saturday at 1:00. Insecurities, nervousness. If you're not confident, they will not be confident in you, hands down, right? So this is a key component. Fake it till you make it. Make sure before you go up to that house, you've thought about everything, right? What are you wearing? Is it cohesive to the neighborhood? You got to be comfortable, but you've got to also look presentable. Don't be dressed up. And this is where, forgive me, because you don't want to go too dressed up to look like some other parties that are known for door knocking, because you don't want certain things to get prejudged against you.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have a logo with your shirt, right, like Breakthrough Real Estate, or your name tag, something to let people know what you're doing. And if you just have a nice button-down shirt or a nice polo, that's fine. You utilize what you need. If it's 100 degrees outside, don't wear a suit. You're not going to get many wins if you're just drenched in sweat either.
Yeah.
Right? So think about your package up front. Don't be too dressed up, but don't be too casual. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you have a good look that if somebody peeks through the door, it's going to come across the right way. Okay? And so make sure you're in the right frame of mind. So let's go ahead and actually, I'm going to bring up my screen again, because this is kind of, this is a good one here. Stop sharing. And I always do that without clicking over. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to move this back. Okay. There we go. Okay. So when you knock on the door, for example, let's say, do you mind coming up here really quick? Okay. So pretend like this is the doorway, okay? So you're on one side of the threshold, I'm on the other, okay? So right now, I walk up, okay? And pretend that somebody can be looking at you from the window at any point in time, okay? So when you walk up, you kind of come up, make sure, have a nice smile on your face, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So from the very beginning, ring.
Walk up to the door.
Well, wait just another minute, right?
Oh, okay.
Because, it's like, so how long do you wait?
I don't even know.
See, it's a great question, because some people take a long time to get to the door.
Mm-hmm.
So I will ring. I'll wait about 10 seconds or so, legitimately. And if they don't come to the door, I kind of see if I can see through any of the windows just a little bit. And then, ring again. I know one guy goes, boom, 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 boom. I don't ever knock on a door unless I can't hear the doorbell,
Yeah.
In which case I'll knock, right? But I always go at least twice, okay? Because some people do take a while. It has taken over a minute for some people, but I hear things going on. It's like, okay. And then eventually they mosey their way to the door. So don't be in too much of a hurry to make a self-fulfilling prophecy that they might not be home, okay? People do take a long time, okay? And people may not come the first time, but they will come the second time, okay? So that being said, okay, so I got my smile on, ring the doorbell. Okay, now go ahead and answer the door.
Hello, how's it going?
Hi. Right now, okay, here's the next moment. Do you immediately come in? Hi. Do you step aside? Do you say, hi, my name's Josh Ezell? Do you go, stay right here? Do you hand them the flyer? This is one of the most pivotal moments ever, okay? Because if you come towards them, you're immediately putting them on guard, right? I actually, and this is where I think it was Brian Casella, forgive me if I'm wrong on this one, who actually mentioned this, right? So when people come to the door, you don't want to be threatening. So when they actually come to the door, he actually comes to the side. Hi, my name is Josh Ezell. I'm with such and such, right? By taking a step aside, look, I'm not nearly as threatening, right? There's a space between us. I'm not in your face, right? And you can come to the side too, right? Hi, my name's Josh Ezell, right? And it's still respectful, and it's one of those stupid little things. It's like, when you come in, I've literally scared people, like when I've actually, hey, how's it going? My name's Josh Ezell. And they're like, oof. So it's hey, how's it going? Right? Just one of those weird things, okay? Yeah. So coming to the door, then you start your spiel, okay? And so let's go ahead and go with this one. So So I'll go ahead and pretend that. So, hello, my name's Josh Ezell. I'm with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. And I'll be hosting a special open house at 123 Bird Street from 1 to 4 on Saturday. Did you know this home was for sale?
No, I did not.
Oh, you didn't. That's fantastic. Well, guess what? I promised the seller that I would get word out to the neighborhood. So, and I was curious, who do you know that might want to live in our area?
At the moment, I might not know anybody, but if I do happen to come across somebody, I'll let you know.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so again, it's Saturday from 1 to 4, and please feel free to stop by. I'd love to show you the home.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll be by.
Perfect. That's great. I'll look forward to seeing you there. By the way, have you considered selling your home?
No, I actually haven't.
Okay, perfect. See, that's the whole script right there. How long did that take?
Not long at all. 5
Okay.
minutes, less.
5 minutes or less. Perfect. Okay, so here, come around here, and let's go ahead and I'd like to see if we can put us both on here, because this is the fun part. Okay, so when it comes to the dialogues, there's a lot of different ways to speak, right? So I'm gonna come on up a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can get everybody here. Um, okay. So this next one is, here we go. All right. So, hi, my name is Josh with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. How are you today? And this script is a little longer and it's definitely more in depth, but this is a wonderful idea in general. So, hi, my name is Josh Ezell with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. How are you today? Great. I'm stopping by to let you know your neighbor's home at 123 Bird Street just sold and with multiple buyers writing offers. Did you hear about that? I was curious. Have you had any thoughts of selling your home? If yes, you go with that. Wonderful. I know our clients would love to see the home and then find out, when and why and where and all that good fun. If no, oh, you know what? I understand. It's a very desirable neighborhood. I promised the buyers I would ask. Would you happen to know anybody else who would be thinking of selling? Okay. Then move on. Next. Thanks so much. If you ever change your mind, here's my card. Have a nice day. Right? Um, here's the right now in our market, these two are so popular because number one, there's right now in many neighborhoods, there's either one home for sale or none.
Yeah.
And in the last 3 months, there's been like 5. Okay. And in many of those cases, there legitimately are multiple offers. Okay. So this next one, I've actually used literally in the last 2 months several times because I did get multiple offers on my listing. And when that listing sold, there was nothing left. Nothing left. What's her name's over in Park Ridge? Is that the name of the subdivision, Yukon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My client had the only 2-story home available, and once I went under contract, we got 3 offers that week, and so I went door knocking, and got two prospective people that might consider. I have to follow up with them. Yeah. So this script works, right? And then I have a variation of it too. That's also it's a really easy one as well. Okay. So the next one. Hi, my name is Josh Ezell with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. How are you today? Great. I'm representing some clients who really want to live in your neighborhood, and there are no homes for sale. Do you happen to know anyone who's had any thoughts of selling? I mean, notice anyone who's had any thoughts of selling, right? And then they say, well, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Well, how about yourself? Have you considered making the move? Yeah, shaking your head. Have you considered making the move? Right? If yes, wonderful. I know our clients would love to see your home. Again, repeat. And if not, okay, I understand. But it is a very desirable neighborhood. And I promised my clients I would ask. So thank you so much. If you ever change your mind, please, here's my card. Have a great day. That's it. Okay. But notice it's all in how you spin it. Do you know anybody, anyone who's had thoughts of selling? Yeah. Like we have people who are ready to go. Yeah, right. You're lighting the fire in them. Like seriously, if we wanted to sell our house, we could sell it right now for top dollar.
Pretty much, right?
Really? Yeah. So that is the yikes script. Okay. So as we go on, how about yourself? Thanks so much. Right. So let's go ahead and go through this one a few times. Go ahead and practice it. Make sure to take special care for the dots, the question marks, and really think about, should you have an extra big smile on your face? Should you be shaking your head, nodding yes? Should you be shaking your head no? For example, so you're selling your home by yourself, right? Shaking your head no. Realtors can get you 6% more on average plus, and you're shaking your head yes, because you're not steering, but you're dropping cues for them, right? Yeah. So while you're looking through it, go ahead and practice that. So, hi, my name is Josh Ezell with Breakthrough Real Estate. How are you today? I'm stopping by to let you know that your neighbor's home at 123 Bird Street sold with multiple offers, multiple buyers writing offers. Did you hear about that? I was curious. Have you had any thoughts of selling your home? Have you had any thoughts of selling your home? Have you had any thoughts of selling your home? Ooh, let's put underlines on there. It's wonderful. I know our clients would love to see the home. It's a very desirable neighborhood. I promised the buyers I would ask. Would you happen to know anyone who's been thinking of selling their home?
You want to do both of them?
Let's go ahead and just do the top one for right now, and then we'll come back to the other one. Sound good?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks so much. All right, I'm stopping by. So multiple buyers right now. You hear about that? I was curious. Have you had any thoughts of selling your home? Yeah, I think that's it. Have you had any thoughts of selling your home? Would love to see the home. Okay. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay. There we go. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Yours. Come on in just a little bit. All right. One more.
All
Get
right.
cozy with me.
All right. Hi. My name is Jacob with Breakthrough Real Estate. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Stopping by to let you know your neighbor's home at 123 Bird Street just sold with multiple buyers writing offers.
Seriously?
Yeah. Did you hear about that?
No.
Well, I was curious. Have you ever thought about selling your home?
Yeah.
No, not really. Well, I understand. It's a very desirable area or neighborhood. I promised the buyers I would ask, and would you happen to know if anyone's if anyone who's been thinking of selling their home?
Off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, thanks so much. If you ever change your mind, here's my business card. Please give me a call, and have a great day.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Perfect. It was a little
So-
stuttery, but we'll get there.
Yep. It's hard kind of drafting the I guess the inner story.
Mm-hmm.
Like how do you start it and finish it and take them on your little journey that right here.
Yeah.
Rather than just sentence, sentence, sentence,
Yeah.
sentence. You know what I mean? It's like how do we get them to feel that we're actually saying things? You know what I
Mhm,
mean? And
mhm.
get it across. And that's the hardest part. So yeah, let's see. Okay. So
Well,
hi, my name is Josh Ezell. I'm with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. How are you today?
I'm doing good. You?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for asking. Hey, I'm stopping by to let you know that your neighbor's house on 123 Bird Street just sold with multiple buyers writing offers. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man. It's crazy. I was curious. Have you had any thoughts of selling your home?
Not at the moment.
No. Okay. Well, I understand, but it is a very desirable neighborhood, and I promised the buyers that I would ask. Would you happen to know anyone who's been thinking about selling?
Not off the top of my head. No, unfortunately.
All right. I appreciate you taking the time to think about it. Well, if you ever change your mind, please, here's my card.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm doing too much bobblehead. Sell your home. Sell your home. All right. So, yeah. Feedback on mine. Quit backing out.
I'm sorry. I keep rolling away. I
I
said. I think you said a couple of times. I know.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said that too.
All right. Okay. So let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Now, yeah, this one I love because there's no better time for any seller, and talk about time is of the essence, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we wait 3 or 4 more days to list your home potentially, or a week, there could be more homes on the market, competition.
Yeah.
If your home's the only one for sale, that's demand,
Yeah.
supply and demand,
Mhm.
right? And so this is my favorite. And if you're ever going to target a neighborhood, an area, this is one way to do it,
Okay.
right? So, hi, my name is Josh Ezell with Great Real Estate and Property Management. How are you today? I'm representing some clients who really want to live in our neighborhood or your neighborhood, and there are no homes for sale. Do you happen to know anyone who's had any thoughts of selling? Really? Okay. Well, how about yourself? Have you considered making a move? Yes, that's wonderful. I know our clients would love to see your home. When are you needing to make your move? Well, if you sold this home today, where would you go? Okay. Oh, I understand. It's a very desirable neighborhood. I promised my clients I would ask, but thank you so much. If you ever change your mind, here's my card. Have a great day. Yeah. All right. So, how are you today? I'm representing some clients who really want to live in our neighborhood, and there's no homes for sale. If you happen to know anyone who's had thoughts of selling, how about yourself? Have you considered making the move? Yes, we'd love to see you own a home. I understand. Beautiful neighborhood. Promise no concerns. All right. Here's my card. Have a good day. All right. Let's rock this guy.
Who goes
All right.
first?
Whichever one.
You go first this time.
Okay. So, knock knock.
Hello?
Hi, my name's Josh Ezell with Breakthrough Real Estate. How are you today?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. I'm representing some clients who really want to live in your neighborhood, and there are no homes for sale. Do you happen to know anyone who's had thoughts of selling?
No, I really haven't.
Okay. Well, how about yourself? Have you considered making a move?
Yeah, I actually kind of have.
Yes, that's wonderful. Well, I know my clients would love to see your home. If you were able to sell today for top dollar, where would you like to go?
I'm sorry. What do you mean go like to a new neighborhood or
Yeah, where are you looking to move to?
maybe somewhere different city, maybe closer to my job, something like that. Maybe I don't know, like Phoenix area.
Somewhere closer to your job?
Yeah, yeah.
That's wonderful. When would you, in a perfect world, like to be there?
Maybe within like next month or so.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so then we would just continue going down that road.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, okay, so let's switch it to a no really quick and we'll just wrap it out. So, oh no? Okay. I understand. It is a very desirable neighborhood. And I promised my clients I'd ask. So thank you very much. And if you ever change your mind, here's my card. Okay? Have a great day.
Yeah, you good. Thank you.
Perfect. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Okay.
I didn't hear an that time.
The very first sentence. I said very first one. Hi, my name's Josh Ezell with Breakthrough Real Estate. How are you today? Blah 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 blah. Great. I'm representing.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Knock knock.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Jacob with Breakthrough Real Estate. How are you today?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Stopping by to let you know that your neighbor's house over at 123 Bird Street just sold with multiple buyers writing offers. Multiple buyers writing. Did I say multiple buyer offers writing offers? Yeah, I'm doing the wrong one too.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
All right, let's
but
restart.
multiple buyers writing.
I feel like I said multiple offers buying offers.
You might have. I thought you might. I heard it right, but
okay. Well, we're not even on that one. So, knock knock.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Jacob with Breakthrough Real Estate. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing awesome. Representing some clients who really want to live in your neighborhood. There's no homes for sale, and I was wondering if you knew anybody who had any thoughts of selling.
Not at the top of my, not on the top of my head, not in this neighborhood. No.
Okay, I understand. However, it's a very desirable area, and I promised my clients that I would ask. That's all it says. Do I go off from there? What do I say?
Right, how about yourself? Have you had any?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, sorry about that. How about yourself? Have you ever considered selling or moving?
I really don't know. How much did those other people sell their home for?
I would probably have to post the number out, but around like $300,000. Getting that pretty good.
Sure. In that case, maybe.
Wonderful. I know our clients would love to see your home, and I was wondering. I'm sorry, I don't know how to continue with this.
Well, that's the practice because you haven't gone through that part before. Yeah. So that's where you develop your repertoire of other questions. Where would they like to go? When do they need to be there? Okay. Why would they want to move? What would they be looking for in their new home? Anything along those lines, right? Okay. And then you gauge that to bring it back to, well, perfect. When can we, Okay. And so you just take them down that way just as far as you need to, then you bring them back around, But yeah, there's a bunch of those questions. Okay. Well, that's part of some of the other classes we'll probably do are objection handlers, scripts, walking them through because you have your qualifications for selling script, which is a wonderful script. It walks them through all these different questions about why, who, where, what, money, quality. I mean, it's literally what Rovi uses on a regular basis.
Okay.
So yeah, it's an awesome script. So good job. And
I'm gonna restart from the top then, I guess.
Go for it.
You want me to just finish off where I was?
Well, you could take it one more time and try to see if you could get me at least 3 or 4 questions into the other one.
Okay. Knock knock.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Jacob with Breakthrough Real Estate. How's it going today?
It's going pretty good, man.
Awesome. I'm representing some clients who really want to live in your neighborhood, and there's no homes for sale. Do you know anyone who has had any thoughts of selling?
There's no homes available in our neighborhood, really?
No.
Not off the top of my head. I don't know anybody that's looking to sell. No.
Okay. Well, how about yourself? Have you ever considered making a move?
Well, based on what you said, what did they just sell their home for? Which home was it again?
It's 123 Bird Street. They just sold at top dollar. Best in the neighborhood. Actually, they sold over at 325.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah. So if you were interested, we can go down that path. If you were, are you moving on a particular reason? Are you, is there a certain area you would like to go to?
Not so much. Just if the money's there, we might consider selling.
Okay.
No, not if the money's there, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
That was a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you were going to say over 3.
Well, the market's hot right now, so people are getting top dollar for their homes right now.
Great.
Stop there.
Yeah. So just ask for the sale. At that point, I mean, you took me straight down. At that point, I would have just said, "Well, when's a good time for us to go ahead and pop on by?" Okay. Or when can we set an appointment for me to actually do it?
And then I would go into you'd be considered to selling, and then it'd be like wonderful. Well, my clients would love to come by to view your home.
Yep.
And then you'd be like, okay, awesome, and then I'd be like, all right, great. Well, here's my card, and have a great day.
You just took buyers that don't have anything to a seller and a buyer, literally.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
This is the benefit of these.
Okay.
Yes. Right. And it really is. If you did the previous listing and you knew for a fact that there were multiple offers, that is a natural segue.
Yeah.
Okay. You could take a lot of different neighborhoods. For example, let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Is this one? There's yours. Okay. So the next one is expires. Okay. Now, this is a unique situation because they did have their homes listed. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it didn't sell. Okay. Now, these are the ones that people are notoriously up against. They have bad, I don't say they have a bad reputation, but these are the people that everybody assumes are going to get 90 phone calls the next day, which they're going to get calls. Very few people are going to knock on the door, if any.
Yeah.
Okay. And so this is the benefit of having a farm, for example, because you may want to drive all over town, tackling every single expired. You can do that. But if you have a certain area, you could just tackle those every single time that pops up. The moment it's done, okay, I'm going to go. There we go. And that'll give you a huge edge going up against so many other agents who may or may not call. And of that, most of them will only call maybe one time.
Okay.
right? So if you can tackle a door knock plus a follow-up call like the next day, you're in. It's one of those awesome, 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 awesome things. Okay, so this one, tone has a lot to do with it because you have to frame it the right way, right? And that's the main thing about this that I could say. So just a quick run through. Let's pull it up really quick. I think I actually did pull this one up all the way. Yeah. Okay, scripts. See the expired one here? Oh, it might have been actually in the script book. Actually, my bad. Expired, it's 31. Okay. Expires, dialogue for phone calls, dialogues for that. Uh-oh, do we not have... Oh, they don't have the actual door knocking. Okay. Pages. Oh, it's the other book. My bad. There's a couple books. Sorry. All right, so we got the scripts. We want the... dialogues for breakthrough conversations. That's the one I wanted. This one will be right. There we go. Okay. So in this one, you've got, hi, I'm Josh Ezell with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. I'm sure you know your home came up as an expired listing. And I was curious, if we had wrote an all-cash offer, great terms yesterday, where would you be moving to? Okay. If you did, is that something you'd still like to do? Right? And then this is more of kind of like a conversation. I've discovered there's only 3 reasons a great home like yours doesn't sell. Number 1, marketing exposure on the home wasn't enough to attract the buyer and agents to the area. Or number 2, the home didn't show well or capture the buyer's emotions. Or number 3, the pricing strategy. I'm curious. There are 2 ways to price: high for negotiations, or B, fair market price to create a potential bidding war. Which did your agent recommend? Right? Bottom line is, if I can market it properly and sell your home in the next 30 days, would it be worth it for us to sit down and explore? And then from there, you just keep going. So this one, there's a couple different ways to handle it, but basically you want to get to the heart of the matter. And so expireds, that first part, right? That's where you really want to dwell. If they had gotten an offer, that's their motivation. Okay. That's what you're testing them for right there. So focus on that. Don't necessarily worry about what went wrong on the other one. That'll come after the fact. Right now, you want to know, did they need to be somewhere in a certain amount of time? Did they really lose out by not? Do they need to sell? Right? Are they really frustrated and want to put it back on the market? What went wrong with this? Because certain people, yeah, I want to sell my house. Absolutely. But comps for 250? No, I'm only going to do it for 275. And agents will list it. Okay. And then on top of that, then they're like, well, yeah, they didn't do any showings on my home. Well, what? Well, I have to be here for the showings, and I need 3 hours notice ahead of time. People sometimes make it very difficult to sell homes, and it's not always the agent's fault.
Yeah.
So that's where you really focus on how motivated they are, because if they're motivated, that is gold. If they're not motivated, that might be the reason it expired.
Yeah.
Okay. So find that out. So, hi, I'm Josh with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. I'm sure you know your home came up today as an expired listing. And I was curious, if we had wrote an all cash, great terms offer yesterday, where would you be moving to? Oh, well, we got to go to California because our family's there, and we really want to get out of the heat, and we really just want to get there ASAP. So, ideally before school starts or whatever. Oh, that's fantastic. So if you did, is that something you'd still like to do? Oh yeah, we would love to do that. That would be perfect. Okay, well, great. And that's your segue to move on.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say on the other hand, where would you be moving to? Oh, well, we're not just wherever. We're really hoping to get, sell our home for top dollar. So we really don't have any plans yet. Oh, okay. So if you did get top dollars, that's something you still like to do. Well, yeah, if somebody offered us the right thing, that would we consider selling it. Absolutely. Okay, great. Well, I've discovered there's only three reasons a great home like yours doesn't sell. The marketing exposure on the home wasn't enough to attract the buyers and agents in the area, and then you kind of keep an eye on them. How are they reacting to that? Or two, the home didn't show well or capture the buyer's emotions. Hopefully, you're there at that home. You kind of peek in. Is it dated? Is it crappy condition? Do you smell urine coming through the front door? Like what happened there,
Yeah.
right? Number three, the pricing strategy. I'm curious. There are two ways to price a home: high for negotiations or fair market price to create a potential bidding war. Which did you choose, or which did your agent choose? Right? That alone will weed out the people who are top dollar, not going for it. Well, we priced it top dollar because my home is nicer than everybody's. My Aunt Marge is buried out back. She's haunting the place and she's wonderful. We deserve top dollar. It's like, oh, okay. You'd be amazed some of the stuff you hear. Seriously.
Really?
So yes, and that's where you gauge the motivation. Expires are two different battles. Number one, you do take advantage. Look where the other camera went up.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice. At least it was staring at the screen.
So the high for negotiations, that's a testament to they overpriced it pretty much, right? And so the showing well, oftentimes it's cluttered, they not updated, and that also comes back to they price it accordingly,
Yeah.
right? And then last but not least, the exposure, right? And that does exist. As you saw, like the difference between using Mailchimp, Real Geeks, and everything else that we use on a rental, as opposed to just putting it out there and hoping for the best.
Mm-hmm.
We could either attack the market or hope that the market will bring us a buyer. Which agent would you prefer if you were a seller?
Exactly.
Somebody who's attacking. Exactly. So that's what we're doing here, right? So this is a little different of a script, but can you see the ideas behind each of those parts?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and practice these a couple times and then run through them. And then I just have one other quick script right after that. And then we're, my kind of hot market idea. So, okay. So, hi, my name is Josh Ezell, like through Real Estate Property Manager. I'm sure you know your home came up today as an expired listing. And I was curious. We had wrote an all cash, great terms offer yesterday. Where would you be moving to? Cool. If you did, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wow. So you'd start a new job, everything like that? That's great. So is that something you'd still like to do? Fantastic. Well, I've discovered there's only three reasons a great home like yours doesn't sell. Number one, the marketing and exposure on the home wasn't enough to attract the buyers and agents in the area. Or number two, the home didn't show well, captured buyers' emotions. Or lastly, three, the pricing strategy. Curious. There are two ways to price a home: high for negotiations or fair market price to create potential bidding war. Which did your agent recommend? No way. Okay. Well, bottom line is if I can market their property and sell your home in the next 30 days, would it be worth it for us to sit down and explore? Boom. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Knock, knock, knock.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, my name's Josh Ezell. I'm with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. I'm sure you know your home came up today as an expired listing. And I was curious, if we had wrote an all cash, great terms offer yesterday, where would you be moving to?
I gotta go back home to where I was just here for a little while on business. Now I gotta go back home.
Oh, so you're relocating back to
New York.
New York. That's fantastic. So, you skipped right to the next one. That's funny. 'Cause you told me your motivation. Okay. So my bad. See, I got flustered. Okay. So you're moving to New York. That's fantastic. So is that something you'd still like to do?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, I've discovered that there's only three real reasons that great homes like yours don't sell.
Okay.
Right. Number one, you got the marketing and exposure on the home. It wasn't enough to attract the buyers or the agents. Right. Number two, the home didn't show well or capture, the buyer's emotions. Lastly, number three, it could have been the pricing strategy. I'm curious. There's two ways to price your home, right? High for negotiations or fair market to create a bidding war, right? Which did your agent recommend?
Highest market.
High market, right? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, bottom line is if I can market your property properly and sell your home in the next 30 days, would it be worth it for us to sit down and explore?
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
Definitely.
How about tonight at 5 or tomorrow at 9?
Perfect. Let's go ahead tomorrow night.
All right. Cool. I'm proud of that one. That one actually went pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, let's just record that and play it for every buyer or seller. All right.
Knock knock.
Yo.
Hi, I'm Jacob with Breakthrough Real Estate. I'm sure you know your home came up today as an expired listing, and I was curious if we wrote an all cash great term offer yesterday, where would you be moving to?
We want to move closer to my wife's work. That's
Okay.
my goal.
And if you did, and if that's something you still like to do,
Yeah. I mean, she still has her job.
okay, perfect. Well, I discovered there's only three reasons a great home like yours wouldn't sell. Number one is the marketing exposure on the house wasn't enough to attract buyers and agents in the area. Two, the home didn't show well or capture the buyer's emotions. Or three, the pricing strategy. I'm curious. There's two ways to price. There's two ways to price. A, high for negotiations, or B, fair market to create a bidding war. What did your I'm sorry, I got really confused at the end. Which did your agent recommend?
Well, we told him that we didn't want to leave any money, on the table. So we definitely went on the higher side.
Okay.
Because nobody comes in and pays, offers full ask price. So we wanted to make sure to leave, room there. Absolutely.
All right, awesome. Well, bottom line, if I can market your property properly and sell your home in the next 30 days, would it be worth it for us to sit down and discuss it?
You guarantee it?
Definitely.
Guarantee it?
I can't guarantee, but I'm working my butt off to get it for you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, might as well.
Awesome.
Perfect. Good job. Yeah, that one's a little
it's hard. Yeah. It's a mouthful.
Yeah. The only big suggestion on that one is make sure you're leaving room for them to respond to each of those little spots, right? You don't need to give them a lot of room, but you definitely want them to react to the marketing or exposure, right? Like, wait a second. So the marketing exposure on the home wasn't enough to attract the buyers and the agents in the area, right? So you kind of look for, okay. Number two, the home didn't show well or capture the buyer's emotions, right? Got it. Okay. And then lastly, the price. And then see. So kind of walk them through just like that, right?
Step by step.
A lot of spiels, phone spiels and door spiels end up leaving people, if you're not careful, waiting for 30 seconds while you're just babbling.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to try to get them into the conversation as fast as possible, right? Hi, like on the phone. Hey, this is Josh Ezell with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. I'm sure your home came up as an expired listing today. And I wanted to know, why you think your home didn't sell. That's a quick one, right? It's not necessarily the best question, but that's very fast. To do this whole spiel over the phone, or, hey, this is Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. And, as your home came up as an expired listing today. And I was wondering if I could come out and take a look because, expired listings are our specialty. And we've sold 200 of them tonight or this month, this year. And we're really good at what we do. So I know your last agent couldn't get it sold, but we will do our. It's like, are you going to ever let them talk? And they just want to get everything out, right? That's where the confidence comes in on taking them on a journey. You ask this question knowing you're probably going to get this answer,
Yeah.
which leads you to the next question, which will lead to their next answer, which will guide them through the whole thing.
Okay.
Right? And so we don't need to just blah, spew everything. It's because we set it up to go through the whole thing properly.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the idea between them, because you're going to find your internet lead script. It's like 2 pages long, but it's a bunch of questions which come back and forth. And once you get that down, you're going to walk them through the whole purchase process, whether they're pre-qualified or not, their timeline, area. You've got it all. And it's like boom, right there. And it's one of the best ways to walk through a conversation, right? So because we're running short on time, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so here's another one for open house. Pretty much the same.
One.
Yep.
That's the front one, right?
Yep, pretty much. Okay, so this next one and the last ones we're going to go over are this, which is door knocking around your farm. Okay, because this is one that's not a one and done. This is something you're cultivating for years on end, minimum 6 months. If you're not going to cultivate a farm for 6 months, don't even attempt to start it. You're going to waste your time. You're going to waste your money. On the flip side, if you can keep it up for 6 months to a year to build, and then keep it going beyond a year, this is one of the greatest investments. It's going to pay you back just about better than anything else, right up there with sphere of influence. Okay, so your farm. What is a farm in general?
A neighborhood that is potentials of selling or buying.
Okay. As an agent, what is the purpose of your farm?
To help people sell their homes.
Yep. But you want to own it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to have as much of a market share. You're going to dominate this area. This is your farm.
You're going to take
right?
over a certain neighborhood.
No other farmer is going to come in and own your farm, right?
Yeah.
If you live in this neighborhood, you're going to own it. Or, hey, I love this neighborhood over here. I'm going to be the agent. I'm going to get everybody here, right? In a perfect world, your goal is to get minimum over time, at least a third of the share of homes.
Okay.
Right? So let's just run a quick thing. Let's say 1,000 homes in the neighborhood, right? We know 5% sell, so it would be 50 homes a year, right? You want a third of those.
35%.
It's, what is it, like 16, something like that?
Is it?
Yeah, like 16.66 or something like that.
A third of 50?
Third of 50 would be, no, yeah, you're right. 20.
Maybe like a little bit more than 20.
No, it's less than 20.
Less than
Yeah, no, it is like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but that's 16 sales from one neighborhood in the year. Your average agent doesn't even sell 4.
Nope.
So there you go, right? It's a great thing to do. And just cut it in half. Even if you're only doing 500, that would still be 8 homes.
Yeah.
Right? If you're selling $200,000 homes, that's a $6,000 paycheck. 6 times 8. That's not bad. Off of only one of your legs of your table.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Add an internet leads, add your sphere of influence. You got a good career going. So owning your farm is huge, and you could get more than 30% in the long run, right? So this is where it comes back to how often is often enough. Well, if there's ever a great sale in the neighborhood, i.e. something sold within the first week, full asking price, multiple offers, maybe over asking price, would neighbors not want to know about that?
Yeah, they would.
Heck yeah. Okay. Let's say you live in a great neighborhood and you put together a yearly event for everybody in the neighborhood, like a barbecue. People want to know about that. Coordinating big yard sale events for your neighborhood. That's a great one, right? Quarterly comps for your neighborhood. Sending out cool Christmas things. You know, people love the holidays. There's all kinds of reasons to stay in front of your neighborhood.
Okay.
Right? And so there's no wrong answer given you have a good reason. If you're sending out your monthly comps, quarterly comps, events, holidays, sales, open houses, no wrong answer.
Yeah. And
you've got reasons multiple times a month in different circumstances. You may not always want to just door knock that, but you definitely want to send mailers out. You're definitely going to be doing open houses. You're going to be staying in front of people. It's one of the best things ever. So farming is huge. Okay. So this is your introduction. Okay. And that's basically what this one is. Okay. So this will be your first one that you come out. Hello, my name is Josh Ezell from Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. How are you today? I'd like to introduce myself. You'll see me from time to time. However, if you have any questions regarding real estate, please feel free to contact me. Here's a neighborhood update for you. I could you can stop here or blah blah blah. Okay, I'm curious. How long have you lived here? See if you're getting a good vibe. Keep going. Right. So this is just you'll be seeing me from time to time. I'm the local realtor. I actually live in the neighborhood. Anything like that is great. Anything that'll give you clout, respectability, create that bond, rapport. Right. Up until now, do you know me from Adam? No, you don't. Okay. But if I said, hey, I'm Josh, I'm a local realtor, I live in the neighborhood. Now we have something in common. You we're bonding, right? Hey, I love this neighborhood. I lived in this area for the last 15 years. I went to the elementary school over here. I graduated from the high school over here, and we live in the neighborhood now. And I'm a realtor, and I want to be your go-to person. If you need to know anything about this neighborhood, I'm the guy you need to ask.
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
something like that, right? And then throughout the year, I'm hoping to put together events. So, and this newsletter, I'll be sending it out quarterly. And this is what got me so much. Like literally, this is what when I first became an agent. This is what got. I don't even know how to describe it. There were no neighborhood much of anything in my neighborhood, and someone told me about the farming. So I was like, well, heck, I'm gonna own my farm. I didn't know it was called a farm. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know the numbers. I just was told that it was a good thing to do. So I said, okay. And I didn't know it took 6 months to a year, but fortunately, I just did it for 6 months straight without stopping. So my thing was, as a new agent, I was a little shy. So I didn't want to be just a salesman to these people. I had a problem with that for some reason. So what I did was that I created a neighborhood newsletter that had nothing to do with real estate. Okay. Overland Overview. That was that. Right. And then I created a second newsletter called the Investors Insider. And boom, had those two going. Right. So first week of the month, they got my newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
Third week of the month, they got the Investors Insider, which was nothing but real estate. Both of them had my info on it. One, I did.
Okay.
I did. I picked the area right around my home. I mailed it to my whole neighborhood.
Oh, so
but then I targeted specifically the area around me that I door knocked every single time. Right. So every 2 weeks, they had a reason. So for the first 3 months straight, I door knocked every single one, just saying, hey, here's this. I'm just putting together this. The newsletter was pure community. Like we have parks, we have pools. So in that, I'm letting everybody know when it opened, when the pool's opened, all that good fun. I put out news like alerts like, hey, if you have any lost pets, let me know. I will put them in here to help find them. If you guys are having a yard sale, let me know. I'd love to advertise it in here. If you guys have any neighborhood anything, let me know. Here's your sounding board right here, right? And then I also put it out there. If you guys want to advertise in my newsletter, let me know. It'll be free for the first couple months. So first couple people, free advertising to the whole neighborhood, right? Within 6 months, people were calling me, people were advertising. And I actually, when I moved to Surprise shortly thereafter, I had a person call me wanting to take over my newsletter.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then you had the Investors Insider. That was incredible, right? So I had something to hand them, had all these, had my questions ready to go. It was amazing. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to introduce myself. You'll see me from time to time. However, if you have any questions regarding real estate, please feel free to contact me. That's one way to go about it. I did the other way, like here's our newsletter. This is it, right?
Yeah.
And then I came back. I am a realtor. So I only had me as an editor on one, and then I had me as a realtor on the other.
Okay.
Right? So that was that. Okay. So the final script I want to go is not actually in the book, and it's not a Tom Ferry script. This is my go-to hot neighborhood, hot farm. Doesn't matter where you go. This is it. Go in the MLS and do exactly what we just talked about as far as finding a great home that sold for over asking price in your area that you specialize in.
Okay.
If it's been listed for less than a week when it went, even better, right? Stack the deck. Okay. Then print off a CMA and an MLS listing for that, and like a little thing for you, like your card or something like that, pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Literally go to that neighborhood and target the next however many homes around that home that you can go to. And this is it. Knock, knock.
Hello.
Hey, my name's Josh Ezell. I'm a realtor with Breakthrough Real Estate and Property Management. How are you today?
Good.
Fantastic. Hey, I'm a local realtor here in this area, and I wanted to let you know that your neighbor right over here, 123 Bird Street, They sold their home in less than 5 days for like $10,000 over asking price.
Wow.
Your neighborhood is so on fire. We don't have enough homes on the market. Have you had any thoughts about selling?
Yeah, I have.
That's it.
Okay.
This is literally what I say. I print off the comp, the neighborhood, and everything so they can see how on fire it is. And if there's no active homes, there's no active homes in your neighborhood right now. We have buyers up the wazoo looking in this area. Have you had any thoughts about selling?
Okay.
Simple. Nothing to do with you, nothing to do with anything other than the comps and the neighborhood. And if you knock on 100 doors, somebody will pique their interest.
Yeah. Okay.
That simple.
Okay.
And it has been one of the most effective things ever. And that's basically what the other gentleman used. You would find the best selling home in the neighborhood and basically target it, right? And then he also had his farm that he was the expert in over time, right? He specialized in Dawatsuki, that guy. But, yeah. So that's about it. What do you think?
I think it was good.
All right. So that pretty much wraps up door knocking. Let me know if you guys knock on doors this week and how many doors you knocked and the results you guys got. We're here to share. We're here to learn. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Have a great week and go sell lots of phones.